Okay, fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having a happy Mother's Day, spending some time with family and all that. My family's all in Arizona. Talked to my mom earlier this morning. I'm in here banging out videos, and I just did this whole video, y'all, and realized I didn't hit record. YouTube 101, right? So I ain't gonna talk your guys' ear off. We're gonna get into the reaction. It worked out because I had to do a lot of editing in the middle because I realized these videos weren't blending together, so I fixed it. So we're good now. But anyways, y'all, let's get into the reaction.
Vegas, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? They're building entire complexes of homes just for rent. And look what they're saying. Home simplified. That's right, it's simple. You don't own shit, you'll rent everything from us. It's simple.
People, see, you know, it could be that because they are forcing everybody to rent, right? They're forcing everybody with this interest rate at what, 7.2, 7.3. House prices are not everywhere, but where I was living in Arizona, I went in 2020, the house that I wanted was like 150, 2.9% interest rate. Loan officer talked me out of going into that, right? Who does that? A year or two later, that same house was worth $400,000. I would have made over $200 and some $1,000 in equity in a year or two. That's crazy. Yeah, in Arizona, they have a lot of those rental neighborhoods, a lot of neighborhoods that are just rentals.
Assume we are just going back to the good old world which we had, and everything will be normal again in how we are used to normal, in the old fashion. This is, let's say, fiction. It will not happen. I see the need for action. I see the need for a great reset, which means to exercise here true global citizenship. Why not to tie government aid to the green economy which we have to create? Why we are here when we talk about the great reset, to talk also about innovation. How can we do things differently from what we used to do? And if we speak about differently, it means also how can we do it to make sure that
you will own nothing.
Taking a picture with a giant alligator snapping turtle.
Hell no. Florida, New Orleans, wherever that's at, it's crazy.
It's 12:30 a.m. The birds have been going crazy for like the past month.
You guys experience any of this? Anybody living in those rural places? I'm in bed by 12 o'clock. I already done got 4 hours of sleep by 12 o'clock. 3.
After I was 8 years old, I never used a Q-tip in my ears. I have not brushed my teeth since I was 8 years old. Oh yeah, I'm 62 years old and I got every one of them, never had a cavity, and I've never had any problems with them. Go figure that one out.
8 years old?
No, I just do hydrogen peroxide.
You gotta start with that.
No, the reason why, go on a YouTube video and watch if you put crest on a toothbrush, okay? Take that same toothbrush on a rusted chrome bumper and watch it just take all the rust right off the bumper. Now that's the same thing that you're cleaning your teeth with. What you're doing is you're withdrawing the enamel. In other words, you're taking the enamel, the protection off your teeth when you brush. Why? Why? What did Moses use soap when he was? Did Jesus? Did any of them? They lived 400. You know, Moses lived 400 years. He did something right.
Shane
Gillis.
Yes, he has a podcast.
Hilarious. Yes.
There's a clip.
New show out on Netflix. Tires. Go watch.
Oh yeah, the premiere is in it. There's a 2019. I guess he does a podcast. 2019. Him and his guy, who's his co-host, I guess, are on the podcast, and he randomly comes out. You know, Aaron already dug it up. Randomly in 2019, he comes out. They're talking about Epstein, then R. Kelly, and he says, I'm gonna just say this right now. In 5 years, they're getting Drake. And like, he kind of like, it's not even like a joke where it's like, he starts to kind of, he's like, yo, that's the word out about this guy. And that made me a little bit uneasy because I was like,
because the two white guys from rural Pennsylvania.
No, I was just like,
about hip-hop that you don't know.
No.
This is the thing about narratives. It's like, you know how far you got to grasp at straws.
Well, that's what people dug up.
For the two whitest human beings on the planet to tell you something about a hip-hop star that you speak to regularly.
Yeah, but I don't know these people's personal lives. I really wouldn't know.
About
It's not going to be in 5 years though, right? Because I mean, look at P. Diddy. We've known about this forever, right? 20 years ago, people were talking about R. Kelly. There's a video of him peeing on a little girl, 20 years ago, right? We've known these things. They just don't come out for a while. But these are the people that a lot of people bow down to. What happened to the YouTube world, to the TikToker world, right? When these Kendrick and Drake started, they're making reactions to all this. They worship these celebrities, y'all. That's what I tell you guys. Like, pay attention to what people like that do these videos, what they're putting out. But these are the people that a lot of people worship, y'all, and they're into some shady things. They have to be, right? They have to be to get to that power. We got some clips coming up about Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and just these celebrities that a lot of people worship and bow down when they see them in person, and drop tears when they see them, and faint when they see them, right? It's some dark stuff to get to the top like that.
Epstein definitely going to be suicided here shortly.
With the fact that they found him, like, dude, first of all,
he's about to get suicided.
First of all, R. Kelly's missing, dude. What the fuck is going? What? R. Kelly's missing.
Kells is missing.
Kells is missing, dude. He Con Aired, and he got away.
What?
Yeah, dude. R. Kelly got away.
That reminds me. I do want to say this. I want to be on the record. Drake's going to be. He's on that R. Kelly tip.
Do you think so?
Drizzy Drake likes him young.
What?
He does. It's somewhat known already, but this is one of those things where I want to. You got to say something. Like, remember Louis? That whole thing.
Yeah.
And like we knew about that.
Yeah.
And we were just like, I don't know. Drizzy Drake's into the young ones. He's going to get got in the next 5 years.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Love me some Drizzy Drake, dude.
Dude.
I drunk texted Birdman. I was fucked up.
He gave you the gossip?
Then he hit me the "What's up, homeboy?" the next day. I haven't had the heart to reply.
What are you drunk texting another man for?
So you're getting good info that he's fucking...
Birdman did not supply me with that info. It's just a separate story. Separate breaking
We'll never
news.
accuse the Birdman.
Separate on the ticker. Also on the ticker. drunk texted Birdman. He replied. I didn't reply because I'm ashamed.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Trump texted the Birdman?
No. I did.
I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Drunk texted.
Oh,
I got
right,
hammered
right,
and I was like, dude, let's see if Birdman will FaceTime us.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Can't believe I fucking chipped a tooth though.
You're calling for people to take him down, dude.
Drizzy Drake?
Yeah.
Nah, I love Drake.
Really?
I hate to see him.
You would defend.
I like Drake.
Pederast.
Okay, now on this clip, pay attention. Like, these are look at the Drake. Those are the people they put in power, and look what he's into. What they're allegedly, right? Allegedly. I won't be surprised though, right? We've seen it time and time again from these top celebrities, what happens. But look at the type of women they're putting at the forefront, that they're giving Lamborghinis, giving them TV shows, giving them the basketball player husbands, getting baby daddies with them. Listen to the mindset of her. This is the people that have influence that they create, right? Pay attention to it.
Want any more kids, or are you done?
Oh yeah, I want more kids.
Like how many?
Like one, I think.
So like the person.
Now she just had a relationship, and she's in the relationship with that dude. So she's about to say the one you're gonna have a kid with, like, you're happy. That means you're happy with your boyfriend, right? Sorry to interrupt, but I'm just trying to break it down for you guys. Listen.
You're dating. You see like.
She just had a kid with them.
I think the question you were asking me is if I wanted more kids, and I feel like I want more kids, and I feel like at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
The relationship is amazing to have, right? But that's not what I'm basing having a kid on, because I'm very non-traditional. I feel like you can co-parent without being in a relationship. Maybe just two people say, hey, you want a kid? I want a kid. Let's just have a kid, and like, let's just
really.
See.
So you would
I'm very like free spirit. I'm very open and just.
Now these are the people that your daughters, nieces follow, right? And like their pictures, right? It's crazy. But let me know, y'all. There's a lot of going on from the man dating, women dating, the clash that's going on right now. I finally found a good woman. Took me 8 years. I never settled, and I got one, right? Pop some champagne for your boy. Y'all hit that thumbs up for me. But let me know if you guys would like to see me once a week. I won't do 4 videos of this a week. Once a week, giving my unbiased opinion, because I disagree a lot with what men say and women. So I'm going to give you guys an unbiased review from me Let me know if you guys would like to see at least one of those videos a week of this crazy dating scene that's going on, this single epidemic that's going on. Because I've been in it for 8 years, y'all. I've seen it all.
Anybody can go back to the 1900s and look at all the mental asylums. And this is interesting. These buildings are absolutely massive and they have like thousands of rooms. So then you start to wonder, why would someone build a mental asylum that large? Imagine the resources it would take. And especially because around the 1900s, you see people building little houses that are like wooden shacks. They're all like little wooden shacks all over because they're trying to build something. Then you have these huge mental asylums where they were locking up people who went against the narrative. That's what those were used for. Anybody who said they were hearing voices because of the rollout of the radio, or going against any of these that they were trying to put into everybody's arm at that time, or trying to go against paying taxes, they threw them in the mental asylum and they locked them up. And they got rid of a lot of the population at that time, or a portion of that population, who went against the grain. So people should look into the 1900 mental asylums and that whole thing and start to see that the buildings and the size and the structure, and then they demolished all of them. Actually, there was one in Chicago that I went to one time. I remember I had to deliver a pizza back in the day, and it was a mental asylum. And they demoed it in Chicago, and I wonder why. Got to get rid of the history.
He was tempted by the devil.
Right.
Another one would say he was tempted by the devil for 40 days. Okay? Now, he said that he was tempted by the devil, and I'm only going to give one temptation. And it said that the devil pretty much just said this. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do.
Give you everything.
Yeah. If you bow down and worship me, I will give you everything because it has been given unto me. And then Jesus goes on and say, get thee behind me, Satan. Okay? Thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. That's what he said. I believe you can sell your soul. You know? Now, what are the proper steps? Is there a contract? I don't know. I don't know.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
No. Go for
okay. So, do I believe that there's groups out there? I believe there's individuals. I believe there's people out there. As a whole, you know, as a whole group, because the question was, do you think NWA did that? Okay. Now, I will say this. I could speak on one individual. I cannot say this about anybody else. Maybe Dr. Dre. But I will say this about Eazy-E. Between his index and his thumb, here in Chinese lettering, he had 666. That I know because I asked him, unless he lied to me, but it was Chinese lettering. And if you notice, when NWA pretty much dissolved and it was just him, his rap got dark. It was really not gangster anymore.
Right.
It got really dark.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at his offspring, if you will, Bone Thugs. You know?
Look at all the shit they were saying.
It got dark.
Yeah.
Okay, now,
they did have some good music. I was a Bone fan, not really much Eazy-E fan. When I listened to his music, I didn't feel right. It was dark.
I asked Jerry Heller this question about Eazy. Again, whether this is true or not, this is what Jerry told me. There was a rumor that Eazy had 666 on his chest. So I asked Jerry, is that true? And he said yes. Okay. Did he sell his soul to the devil? I don't know. But are some of the signs there? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to Dr. Dre. I was in a documentary, I think it's called Compton Kings. I'm not from Compton, but we're talking about Dr. Dre and NWA and everybody.
Yeah.
That was the only documentary that Steve Yano was actually in. It had Lonzo, had Arabian Prince, it had me, and it had a bunch of other people, Sir Jinx. And Lonzo said this, and you guys can Google this. Everything that I'm giving them is public knowledge. That Dre told him, and I've had Lonzo here, the leader, if you will, or the group label owner from the World Class Wrecking Crew. I had him here twice. And on that documentary, he said, Dre told me, I'll sell my soul to the devil for $1 million. He goes, and I know, and Lonzo says this, and I know the devil's got a receipt somewhere. Is that true? I don't know. Okay. So, is it possible? Yeah, I believe it is possible that a person can sell their soul to the devil. And you know what? I do believe that there is a devil, and the devil doesn't give a shit about you. You know, you claim you could be talented, you're going to be around forever, you can make a deal, and he'll have you taken out next week. As long as you can make one song that can influence an entire generation, he'll find one just like you.
And they'll kill you off and make more money off you.
Yeah, kill you off, make more money, more streams.
Yeah.
You know, you and I, we were almost forced to do it if we wanted to keep our jobs
Well,
at the time.
I was forced to do it to keep my job, yeah.
So same thing with me. You know, the Showtime and ESPN, you guys want to work, you got to get this, them. Just like, damn.
So you did it.
I did it.
How'd you feel about that?
I just did. I think I like it. We just didn't know enough. It was so fast for this pandemic to hit, and all of a sudden, within the first 4 to 6 months, they have something that's going to keep you safe from it. Like, to me, that's just, it sounds foolish, to be honest with you. But, you know, like I said, sometimes you have to go with the bullshit. And I feel like that was part of the bullshit.
Listen, that's all I said too, was I wasn't anti the show. It was like, I just need more time. And a quick Google search taught me that it's like 6 to 9 years before the FDA approves a vaccine. And we're all of a sudden, and then it's political. And then, okay, if Trump says do it, then it's evil. But if Biden says it and you don't, then you're evil. And like, then you go, wait, this just isn't consistent. All I want is truth and consistency. And all I wanted to do was wait. I mean, can you give me 6 months? Because I feel like there'll be more research. And it was, no, September 30th, 2021, or you're out. And so I did it to keep my job. I need my job and I love my job. And I think that that's the big picture for me. It was one of the reasons why I stood up and ended up leaving. But the big picture is people just want facts. And then let me make my own decision based on my body.
I feel like we were the guinea pigs of this, whatever they put in us. We were the guinea pigs. Like, normally we don't have to be the guinea pigs, but we were a guinea pig, and we don't know how, especially, you know, I'm mid-40s now. I just turned 44 a couple weeks ago. It's just like, how's this going to affect me? Is it, you know, these aches that I'm starting to have all of a sudden, or this, or the headaches I'm starting to get all of a sudden? Is it from, you know what I mean? So it's just like, what is just me getting old, or is it, you know, something I took the third?
So the main one and then one booster. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
In order to keep my job, again.
In order to keep my
It's
job.
literally all it was, yeah. But I think, you know, so many people, maybe the silver lining is that people are doing more research and not just taking orders from anybody and learning, especially if it's not just you and you have a family and you have kids and we're making decisions for them too.
Yeah.
I do think that if there's a next time, which there probably will be, that I don't believe any of it was an accident. That's a topic for another show, or maybe a sip before.
Cheers to that.
Thank you. We will continue that.
But to be honest with you, Sage, to be like now, I don't even want to know if there's bad stuff in it. You know, because it's in my body now.
It's already there.
What can I do now?
Well, although I always say, okay, it's been that long and I haven't had a booster in 2 years, so it's got to be out of me by now. Wouldn't I feel it by now?
I would hope.
Like, that's the hope. And I think, again, I was never a conspiracy theorist. I just want truth. And when I see lies, immediately then you go, well, what else have you lied to me about? I think that's all it is. And so this goes full circle with your conversation with the NBA and with all sports leagues where, okay, yes, you matter, Matt Burns, you matter. Thanks for your service. You're out. You're next. We're trading you. Take this shot. Get back in the court. Like,
the business.
It's the business side of it.
The internet was created by the American military in order to
It's
manage
cracked
the
up to
American
be,
empire. It was created by DARPA in the 1960s in order to digitize and be able to quickly share within the military all of the social science research on foreign populations who were posing insurgency concerns to U.S. managed governments. In 1991, the World Wide Web rolls out. DARPA turns over the internet to the National Science Foundation and projects that through a bunch of universities to make it publicly available for commercial use. As soon as the internet came out, DARPA commissioned a program called Massive Digital Data Systems Program. And the Massive Digital Data Systems Program was a joint project of the NSA and the CIA. Part of this involved tracking search results through the early search engines that were created to be able to navigate this new internet. And this is where Google comes into the picture. In 1995, Larry Page and Sergey Brin are PhD students at Stanford. They had a DARPA grant to do this search engine aggregation work. They would then take this work to form a company called Google. In 1998, Google quickly came out with very innovative product sets like Google Maps. They got Google Maps by purchasing the CIA's Keyhole satellite software. It was the CIA's spy satellite software that is the only reason Google got Google Maps.
Stay free. See it first on Rumble.
So the Vatican is preparing guidelines for apparitions and other supernatural phenomena. Goal to teach how to discern. It says an apparition refers to an instance in which a divine entity, such as a saint, the Virgin Mary, or Christ himself, makes himself known or herself known to a person on the earth. First point that I want to make is this. Anytime something appears to you, it does not mean that it's automatically from God. The Apostle Paul warns us in the Bible that even Satan can make himself appear as an angel of light. He can shapeshift into that. The next point I want to make is that Mary's not a virgin. She was a virgin, but she had other kids. And even in link with that, God will never promote a believer to pray to Mary. Whenever we read scripture, Jesus tells us to pray to the Lord alone.
I heard that virgin back in those times meant you weren't, like, you didn't have a child with somebody you were married to. I forgot where I saw that. They're breaking down the biblical stuff, and they said Virgin Mary doesn't mean she was a virgin and had Jesus. What it means is she had a baby with somebody she wasn't married to. So that means virgin. I don't know. Let me know down below. Am I wrong?
He says that he will answer our prayers. Anytime that you have a visitation with a being that turns you away from the God of the Bible, it's a satanic being, even if it is masquerading as an angel of light. The light gets real dim when you get close enough to see its true intentions. So keep this in mind. If you like content like this, you can follow for more. Those of you that want tips in gaining followers and influence for the sake of the gospel or the call that God has placed on your life on social media, as well as engaging in the influential sphere that God has placed you in, how to defend the faith against different religions such as Islam, Mormonism, and more, I'm doing a 3-day course at the end of the month on this subject. Click the link in my story or bio to join. It's pre-recorded.
Man, I thought this shit was a joke. Look, they're really doing this shit.
I'm stealing all that.
Damn.
That's
the
crazy.
Whole row, even the Cheez-Its. That shit is plastic, son. Look. Ain't nothing behind there. Wow.
Just think of the world. That's the world we're in today. The country. Can't say the world, right? The country of the United States of America. That's where we're at as a society. So you can't tell me Rome is falling. Is not falling right now. Right?
Any superstitions going into the game? Any special thing you carried into the
Here's another celebrity, right? We call him the greatest of all time, the GOAT, right? Here's another one. Look what his wife was doing before his games.
game on Sunday that you had tucked away somewhere?
We can do this all day on celebrities.
I did. I always
right in front of us.
I've learned a lot from my wife over the years. She's so about the power of intention, you know, and believing things that are really going to happen. And she always makes a little altar for me at the game because she just wills it so much. And so she put together a little altar for me that I could bring with pictures of my kids. And I have these little special stones and healing stones and protection stones. And she has me wear a necklace and take these drops she makes. And I say all these mantras. And I stopped questioning her a long time ago. I did. I just shut up and listened. And at first I was like, this is kind of crazy. And then about 4 years ago, we were playing the Seahawks, and she said, you better listen to me. This is your year, but this is all the things you're going to have to do to win. And I did all those things, and by God, you know, it worked. It was pretty good. And then in 2015, it was about early January, and she said, you know how much I love you? And I said, yeah. And she said, I just want to let you know this is not going to be your year. And of course, we lost. I said, what does 16 look like? And she said, 16 is going to be your year. So it was early January this year, and I said, babe, I asking, like, do we have a chance? And she said, yeah, but you're going to have to do a lot of work, and you're really going to have to listen to me. So, man, I listened to her. And right after the game, she said, see, I did a lot of work. You do your work, I do mine. She said, you're lucky you married a witch. I'm just a good witch.
You know, when you...
So I'm in the mall. This place...
People bow down to that, y'all. Right?
So, coming to the mall makes me realize we're living in a simulation. Like, this can't be real.
This guy makes a point.
You're telling me this place right here that has 2 people working in there, they're selling enough hats. They're selling enough hats just to pay 2 employees. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's not real. Also, like some of these stores, like, okay, like maybe, right? Like women's lingerie, underwear, whatever. The Buckle, I don't know. Do people still shop in there? I don't even know. Okay, like how you're telling me this place, icing, sells enough $2 earrings to pay the rent? No way. This place, okay, they're selling Dreamcatcher earrings and rocks. No, never met anybody that bought one of those from the mall. It's all fake. It's all fake. All of it.
That guy has a very good point. I went to the mall recently. I haven't been to the mall. I don't even remember the last time. Probably when I was working at LabCorp, I had some time to kill. I'm like, I'm gonna go walk around the mall, right? On the clock. That's how I like to do business when I used to work. But a lot of those stores are empty, and when I went, man, things were overpriced. Shirts were like 4 shirts for $200 for some regular North Face shirts. I was like, this is crazy. I took my ass to the thrift shop, found those same shirts for $2. But anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Hope you guys enjoyed this Sunday's video. Hope everyone's having a good day out there, barbecuing, having a good time, sipping whatever you're sipping on. I'm sipping on some water today. But this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. Let me know down below if you guys wanted to see my unbiased opinion of this women versus men singles world epidemic we're living in. So let me know down below, y'all. But this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Later.